Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, how are you going?
Cameras. Turn the camera on. There we go. How's everyone doing today? Did I? Okay, good. I didn't dox myself. It's always good. I'm always paranoid whenever like, when a package shows up, like the first thing I do is rip off all my shipping information. So I don't accidentally dox myself. But the problem is this box showed up like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I unboxed everything, or I took it all in, I did my stuff, and then it just sat in a corner. And then it's like, okay, time to go live. And I threw it up on the bench. It's like, go live. It's like, wait, did I take the information? No, we're good. We're good. I know, I actually, look. I can breathe. I'm still sick. I'm still sick, actually. Like, I can feel it. I can feel it in me bones. But I'm feeling much better. I actually have energy. Energy is back. I still have like a bit of a runny nose and I'm still like coughing, but like the actual like, I'm hopefully also got cleaned up. I went, this is the problem. Every time I go get a haircut, this moves north. Cause like you grow, your hair gets long and it hides a lot of this. And then every time you get a haircut, and I get my hair cut short because I wear hats, right? So it's like, every time I get a cut, it's like, how much is gonna be left this time? Ooh, I got one more sticker I gotta peel off here that has my address on it. Get rid of that. Hair isn't worth the hassle. I used to care, and then I did 6 years in the army where I had to cut it short all the time, and then I stopped caring. I used to like, if you will never see a picture of me from high school, but in high school, I actually had like, you wanna know? My hair is curly. Y'all never gonna see that. Y'all are never gonna see that. But my hair is naturally curly. What is a PROFORGE? This is a PROFORGE. There's a link in the video description if you're interested in checking it out, but this is a PROFORGE. It is a ToolChanger Core XY machine. And this will be the second ToolChanger I've ever used. This will be the first ToolChanger that I've ever built. I've never actually built a ToolChanger. I have a Prusa XL, but that was like, put the tool heads on kind of thing. This obviously, we're gonna have to build it. You get a good package. Canadian Army, at the time I was in from 08 to 14. It was like $130 a day or something like that. But all your expenses are covered. It is what it is. My hair used to get curly. Pretty curly. But yeah, it's yeah, you won't be seeing those. You won't be seeing those. I've just stopped caring. I wear hats now a lot of the time. If you see me, I always wear a hat now. So I've just stopped caring. So I just get it 2 on the side, finger length up top. That's all I do with my hair. There's enough here that if I have to actually wear a suit, I can do a little bit with a little bit of hair gel and kind of salvage this a bit. But for the most part, this is what you see. So I had to get all cleaned up and trimmed up for my business trip next month. We're going to China. I'm looking forward to this trip. I am so looking forward to this trip. I'm in that phase where I think all I have to do is pack. I have all my electronics are ready to go. Everything's ready to go. I did the last of like my electronic shopping to make sure I have like extra memory cards and whatnot. So we're good there. I just have to pack clothes, but I keep thinking I'm forgetting something. Like I've got my visa. We're good there. I keep thinking I'm forgetting something, and I don't know what, and that's annoying the heck out of me. What am I gonna see in China? Everything. I'm going to TCT Asia, which is like kind of like a trade show. It's more business-oriented trade show. But I'm going to TCT Asia for a trade show, and then I'm going down to Shenzhen to do a tour of Big Tree Tech, and hopefully a bunch of other cool shit. So we'll see. I got my plane tickets. That's all been taken care of. That's all been taken care of. Although I'm gonna say, originally it was gonna be a one-way flight, or not one-way, a direct flight, and now it's not, which is okay because I'm meeting up with people. I'd honestly rather fly into China with other people that I know than by myself, and just like risk something going wrong and being like without communication and not knowing what's going on in a foreign country. That's always sketches me out. I have major anxiety issues a lot of the time when it comes to stuff like this, so it'll be nice to travel with people. But the downside is on the way back, instead of 1 direct flight, it's like 3. I get a layover in South Korea though, so I get to say I went to South Korea. That'll be cool. Am I going with Steve? I am going with Steve, yes. I'm going with Steve. Me and Steve, we're gonna party like it's what middle-aged to elderly. Oh shit! Don't tell Steve I said that. Middle-aged to slightly older, middle-aged people do. I know I have to set up Alipay. Apparently over there, like I'm a big tap. Like I pay everything with Google Pay on my credit card. So for me, I know I have to set up Alipay because apparently that's what they use over there a lot, Alipay. My phone, I'm with TELUS in Canada. I could pay like, I think it's like $50 and they give me like 2 weeks of China coverage essentially. So I'm just gonna pay the $50 to like extend my coverage to China for 50 days or whatever, or for 2 weeks. So I'll be good there for phone. I know I need to get a VPN. I know a VPN is something I gotta look into. WeChat Pay too. Is it WeChat? I don't use WeChat at all. I don't have WeChat. So I gotta figure that out. So it's my DIY with E3D locking. Yeah, this tool. Okay, so let's actually talk about what we're doing today. Because I got a feeling we'll yap about stuff, but let me do the introductory thing now that I've been live for 10 minutes and people have shown up. I don't like to jump right into stuff when I go live because it takes time for people to show up usually. So it's Friday. We're gonna start building this. We might get another build in this next week, like another build stream on this next week, but then it's next Friday is the last stream for a week, because I'll be traveling. I'm going to try and do a stream from China at some point, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I don't know, I got no guarantees. I'm also gonna try and have like 2 or 3 videos, like short little yapping videos or something made up, so that the days that I would normally stream while I'm gone, at least there'll be like a video on the channel or something. I'm still getting over this stupid sickness, which is like, if you watch the stream on Tuesday, after the stream ended, I went and laid down and fell asleep. I was done. Install tail scale Docker on your Unraid server. Why does that sound like a furry thing? Is that a furry thing? Like, I got nothing against the furries. I myself, I'm not really into that, but that sounds like a furry thing. Anyways. So what are we doing today? We are gonna start building a PROFORGE. What is a PROFORGE 300? Well, I'm glad you asked a random person in chat that I'm making up to use as a straw man, so I can pull it up here. What is it called? PROFORGE 300. This is a PROFORGE 300. It is a tool changer. It is a kit tool changer printer. So it's a 3-headed tool changer. It is a kit. I don't think there's any printed parts. As far as I'm aware, I didn't need to print any parts for it. It all looks pretty much like machine stuff or stuff that comes with the kit. So we should be good there. As always, whenever we do a build, I go into it blind. I learn as you learn. Simple as that. That's how I like doing builds on this stream. I don't like sitting there and doing all the prep work because that hides the fact of what the first time experience is really like. So we're doing it all live like we normally do. But this is a 3-tool tool changer. So what is the goal with this? What is my plan with this machine? The goal is I want to use this for like more experimenting with tool changing stuff. I have the Prusa XL and I've done some experimenting with it in terms of like having using like PLA with PETG or just using it for hue forges and whatnot. But I really don't want to mess around with the XL too much because it's kind of like, it just works. And I don't want to really faff about with something that just works so much. So the plan with this one is to use this for the more experimental tool changing stuff. I want to use different size nozzles. I want to use dissolvable filaments and all kinds of the funky stuff. I'm gonna try and enclose this machine too, so we can do some abs and other higher temperature materials with tool changing and whatnot. So that's kind of the goal with this. I do want to give a huge shout out to MakerTech 3D. They are the company that makes this kit. They reached out and they sent me this kit for building and evaluation. I am not being paid for this build series, but they did send me the printer kit free of charge to use as I see fit as part of this series. So usual disclosure there. If you do want to buy one of these for yourself, I do have a link in the video description. It is not an affiliate link. Disclosure for that as well. And if you want to get one, check it out. So let's go through the box, because I'll be honest, I haven't really done a lot of looking into this. I know what it is. I know it's a 3-tool tool changer. I know it's a kit, and I know I have to build it. But that's about it. I kind of wanted to get the newbie experience, which is what I usually do when we do these. So we are going right into this. Bearded Printer gifted 1 community membership. Cheers and appreciate it. While I'm doing that, actually, just reminds me, if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, a Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others. Check out the links in the video description. Some of them are affiliate links, don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way in supporting the channels. Some of them, like the GamerSupps one, use code Canuck, save 10% on your order. Same with Gloop. And then also, while you're down there, do you want to win some free filament? Because every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. They also have an affiliate link in the video description. But if you just want to win a spool for free, because free shit's always good, link in the description, enter for your chance. We'll do the draw at the end of stream. Oh, that's good. Okay. Now we got to answer the age-old question. What is in the box? Stuff. We got this. What is this? PROFORGE 300 next gen. So you have several different options for the bundles. They sell it like an open framed version, which is, I think that's the one they sent me. Maybe they did send me the one with the enclosure. I don't actually know. Hopefully, I mean, if it is the one with the enclosure, it saves me from trying to figure out how to do enclose it. But I'm not 100% sure. The box shows the enclosure, but it doesn't actually say it's the enclosure model. So we'll find out as we go through it. If there's panels, it's the enclosure model. So you can buy this machine. Price is right here. I think this is in USD. $1,600 for, if you want the 3-tool, it's 21. There's your prices. If you want the max version, I'm assuming the max is all the bells and whistles, it's 2,700. I'm not sure how that compares to Prusa pricing, because Prusa pricing is usually Canadian for me. But there you go, and there's the Ultra. So I just have the, I think it's just the regular one. I think it's either this one or this one. I don't know for sure. We'll figure it out. So yeah, so there we go. So it's big, it's 300 millimeters cubed, it's Core XY, multi-material, open source. That's always a good thing. Wi-Fi webcam, I'm assuming it's running Clipper, it's got a touchscreen. What else is in the box? What else is in the box? The tool heads are these. They are just LDO Smart Orbiter kits. I have one of these. I've never actually used it on anything yet, so this will be the first time we actually use this on something. So there you go. So we have these for the tool heads, which will be really nice for putting the tool heads together because they're pre-assembled, or at least the extruders are. So we got 3 of these guys. We got 3 boxes of Orbiter tool head board kit. Oop. I'm assuming this is like all the little doodads and whatnot. Yeah, we got breakout boards, Orbital tool head boards. Yeah, so that's all the tool head boards to make this work. Ultra kit replaces it with Revos. Ah, okay, that makes sense. These just use the stock nozzle size. Do they? Do the Orbiter V3, the standard Orbiter V3, does that just use a got a sharp? My knife's getting dull. I'm trying to remember what nozzles these use. Come with a CHT. Yeah, I'm just wondering. I'm hoping they're the standard V6 nozzles. I think they're the standard V6 nozzles. They're standard V6, that's good, because that'll make swapping them easier. I've got like Diamondbacks and a bunch of other fun stuff, so. that's that. I just want to see what nozzles we have. Everything has a little sticker on it that says QC Pass. It's like, yeah, it comes with, yeah, it's just a random standard nozzle. Awesome. So standard CHT nozzle, Bondtech. So you are getting good quality name brand components. You're getting Bondtech nozzles, LDO extruders. So you are getting name brand stuff with this kit. What else we got in here? What else we got? We got the TFT 50 touchscreen. We've got some cables, a bunch of cables, fans, brackets, mounting hardware, some frames. So that's that. So let's take you out. I'm just gonna put you on the floor for now. Open the door, get on the floor. Everyone walk the dinosaur. Okay. Oh, we have panels, so I'm assuming this is the enclosed one. So I'm assuming the one they sent me is this guy, the Max, because I do have panels. I don't think the base one comes with panels. So I'm assuming we have the Max here. So we have panels. So that'll be cool. I'm assuming it's clipper based. So we got panels. Panels. Put these over here for now. Why do I still have my snow shovel out? Put my snow shovel away. Let me go put my snow shovel away. Winter's pretty much over. Got our bed. Put the bed with all my bed stuff. Ooh. Stuff in here. So we've got a USB hub. CPAP hose. We've got the SKR3 from Big Tree Tech. Ooh la la. Assuming these are eddy current sensor, so eddies, and a Pi V2. Got our bed. Our heater, so we are gonna have to put the bed together ourselves. Motors, power supplies, 48 volt power supply. We got a 48 volt power supply and 24 volt power supply. Our motors are big BTU motors, which I'm pretty sure are LDO motors. That's that. We got some LDO motors here. And what's under this? More panels. What made you decide to build and review this? Looks like they reached out to me and they're like, you want to build it? And I'm like, yes, I want to build it. And so they sent it to me and now we're going to build it. This is the bottom. Oh, so this is the bottom panel. So the bottom panel is just, ooh, I like this blue. I like this blue. So this is your bottom panel. That's a nice blue. PROFORGE 300, ToolChanger 3D printer. It's got a little face. Like, hi. Hello, I'm a printer. Okay, so we got that. This is in here, I'm assuming. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of electronics and frames. Yeah, frame stuff. And a whole bunch of electronic stuff. And that's the rest of that. So I'm assuming, yeah, okay. So now I gotta figure out where to put all this stuff so I have room to build. So, I'm assuming we start with the frame. I'm assuming I'm not gonna dive right into it because you never assume. But I'm assuming we start with the frame. That kind of makes the most sense. Ooh. Flat enough. Facebook group, Discord community. The assembly is broken down into easy to follow bite-sized chunks at makertech3d.com/build P300. Voila. I already had panels there and there, and I think my wife just got home. 1 second, I'm just gonna see. Never mind, I'm just hearing stuff. Okay. Behold, instructions, unboxing. What's in the box? Some people may be missing an M520 button head screw for use for the nozzle calibration. There you go. Okay. There we go. Is there a way to click next? No, you gotta. Okay, so frame. So this will take 1 to 2 hours. Awesome possum. Okay. So it looks like we need the extrusions, some mounting stuff. So we won't need this guy, I don't think, today. Or at least not right now. So let me put you over here. Let me get my, since we're building a frame. Go. Putting this off. So this is just a random off-cut pizza. Now I want pizza. Damn it. Why do I keep doing this? It's very bad for my diet. This is just an off-cut piece of quartz. You can get this pretty much anywhere. If you build a lot of printers or you just build stuff where you kind of want a flat surface, just go to like any kitchen place, cabinet place, anywhere that does like table countertops, and just ask if you can like go dumpster diving for a piece of quartz. Don't get marble, right? Don't get granite. I mean, don't get granite. Everyone says like granite. Granite's good, but granite absorbs oils. Quartz doesn't. So if you get a granite offcut, you have to be worried about it like absorbing oils and whatnot, whereas quartz won't. Andrew, $10 for the Team Lift Fund. Cheers and appreciate it. How am I feeling today? Better. I'm on the up and up, hopefully. Hopefully. We'll see how it goes. I'm still sick, but I'm on the up and up. I'm over the worst of it, I believe, for this. So, what happens if it absorbs oil? It just absorbs oils. It absorbs greases and oils and whatnot, and it can just make it harder to keep clean. Like, it's not like an end, it's put it this way. Because they're countertops, and it's not like you're getting like a steric granite layout table that is flat within a certain like known percentage. You're just getting an offcut of a countertop. In terms of flatness, you're probably not gonna notice much difference between a quartz and a granite offcut like this. But one will absorb oils. They didn't cheap out. They use the actual like good shrink wrap for this stuff. Like the actual stuff that actually like got some thickness to it. Okay, so I'm assuming I don't need the lead screws yet. And we do have some aluminum. I'm assuming this is aluminum. No, this is plastic. I gotta peel off all this stuff. So these extrusions are V-slot. These are V-slot extrusions, just a heads up. That shouldn't really be an issue because if it's designed with V-slots extrusions, it's a non-issue. But these are V-slot extrusions, so just something to know about, I guess. This is the most fun part of a build is the prep work, is the peeling off all the wrappers off everything. You can use T-nuts. You can use T-nuts. Nothing's stopping you from using T-nuts. It's just, you gotta be, the biggest limitation you're gonna see is mounting stuff to your extrusions. For example, if you're building a Voron, you can't use V-slot extrusion. Because on a Voron, it uses MGN9 rails, and an MGN9 rail will not sit flat on a 2020 V-slot because it literally sits in the slot and it won't sit flat. So Vorons don't use V-slot extrusions for a reason. But if the printer is designed to be fine with V-slot, so I think this one uses MGN12 rails, it's basically a non-issue. Simple as that. So this, I believe, uses MGN12. So it's basically a complete non-issue, the fact that it uses V-slot. I'm just making a note of the fact that it uses V-slot. Not a bad thing, it's just, now you know. If for whatever reason you wanted to do some mods or whatever, or you wanted to, you know, self-source, or you wanted, I know it's common where some people will buy a kit, but they'll replace the frame with like a larger frame or something sometimes. I know people do it with Vorons, where they'll get the Voron kit because it's much more economical a lot of time to just buy the kit and then make a few modifications to it to suit your needs. And I've seen it where people buy a kit and they just use a different frame kit or something because they want a different size or they want different colors. So that's something to just keep in mind. I'm peeling plastic off extrusions. I need something to talk about. What do you guys want to talk about? I'm peeling plastic off extrusions. I need something to yap about. Mine is mixed fees. My original V0 has 3 different brands of 1515 extrusion on it, and 2 different profiles of 1515 extrusion. The joys of being a dev build. Sim racing kit. I don't really do sim racing. I have like a HOTAS setup, and I do have a Rift S, but I've never done, the closest to sim stuff I've ever done is like Star Wars Squadrons a couple years back. Let's talk about Gloop. Yeah, Gloop. That's honestly, I'm gonna change up tomorrow's plans, by the way. The original plan was we were gonna work on this tomorrow. Tomorrow we're probably just gonna panel up the Gloop machine and we're just gonna have a nice little print and chill, I think. Okay. So preparing the extrusions. I will say, these have drilled holes in them. They're drilled. They are a little bit on the, you may have to clean them up a bit side. Holes are drilled clean, but there are some burrs you may have to just kind of clean up a little bit. Nothing game breaking, but something you're gonna have to be aware of. You may have to clean up some stuff. Okay. Prepare the following extrusions by threading onto the ends 2 M510 button heads. Okay. So 4 420 millimeter extrusions. Where's my, and then 470 millimeter. Okay, and the 470 ones should be the ones without the holes drilled in the end. Okay, so these ones have holes on the end. And the ones with the holes. So which one's 470? These ones are 470. Okay. That's 470. And then I need 4 420s. Nice. I'm assuming it's these guys. 420. Nice. There we go. Okay. Best 180 bed salad fork are Micron. Micron. Salad fork. Salad fork. Personally, at that size, I think the salad fork makes a bit more sense. The V2 makes more sense as you go bigger. As you go smaller, the salad fork, like the V2 layout makes more sense as you go bigger. A Trident makes more sense as you go smaller. And with the salad fork being small, go salad fork over a Micron at that size. Okay, 180 millimeter, or correction, I need screws. Okay, what do we got? We got SD card. Wow, it's an actual SanDisk high quality SD card. That's nice to see. So where are my screws? These are all that stuff. There's the rails. I'm assuming these are my screws. I have a 120 micron. If you want to talk about a machine that, well, I'll be damned. They actually give you a little bottle of Loctite. That's nice. Keep that out just in case. But yeah, I have a 120 micron, and in terms of like the ROI of a printer that size, it don't make that much sense at 120. 180 starts to make a bit more sense, but even then, a 180 micron is still kind of like, what are you doing? Okay, so M510s. Button screws, M5, okay. Those are M3s. I'm assuming these are M5 fastener. Okay, so they have, the bags are labeled. These are M4s, these are M3s, these are M2.5s. Spacers and shims. Canucks. So we need M510s. Button heads. These guys. Get a, one second. I need one that's not being used for stuff. You're being used for stuff. What about you? Are you being used for stuff? You're being used for stuff, but I can, yeah, you'll work. Okay, 1 second here. There we go. There we go. So now, prepare the following extrusions by threading onto the ends 2 M510s. Leave a gap about 3 to 4 millimeters. Okay, there we go. So now we start putting this together. So I will say, these are all stainless screws, which means unfortunately, oh, they are magnetic. Okay, we're good. are good. 1 second here. I'm gonna go get my screwdriver, I think. I'm gonna go get my screwdriver. I'll be back in 1 second. I'm gonna go get my LTT store screwdriver because it's downstairs. I'm back. Well, I actually do have an upstairs and a downstairs LTT screwdriver, but it's the small one. I have the small one somewhere. Right here. I have the small one. But the small one is kind of annoying for what I'm about to use it for, which is put in a bunch of screws. So. I wish they made an electric one. Also, first critique, these use M510s to hold the frame together. Personally, I would have liked to see M516s. That is just kind of me. M510s, like, I'll be honest, you'll probably be fine. It's probably not it's not really an issue. But personally, I would have liked to see M516s for holding frames together on a printer. When you have aluminum is not as, it's a softer metal. So you kind of want more thread engagement, especially on corners and places where you're gonna torque screws a little bit more. So personally, I would like to see M516s instead of M510s. Technically, you're fine. Technically, you're fine. When it comes to aluminum, rule of thumb is 3 times thread diameter engagement for max strength, but it's not it's logarithmic, so it's not like an exact 1-to-1. Wait, do I have an extra one here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, those are the verticals. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like, in a perfect world, you'd want, because these are M5 screws, you would want 15 millimeters of thread engagement. Instead, we're getting just under 10 millimeters of thread engagement. You're fine, but it's kind of like, I'd rather go for all. That's just me. Would coarse threads be, I can't remember the exact math for it. There is a ratio. With finer threads, you get more thread engagement, but the pitch is smaller. So it's kind of like it's stronger until it starts failing, I believe, the way it is. I can't remember the exact like data sheet on it. It's been a while. Usually when we used fine threads, it was like more vibration issues. Gonna be a 15-minute build. Yeah, as you can see, like I didn't even put part 1 on this. We're gonna build the entire printer right now. Flipper install and everything. That's not happening. That's not happening. As far as I'm aware, we do not need any printed parts. I wasn't told I need to print anything, and I was told I was getting the complete kit. So here we are. Judging from what I'm seeing from images and looking at the printer, I didn't look up any reviews of the printer at all. My entire, I'm trying to remain a completely unbiased. and form my opinions as I build. So I didn't look up any reviews. I didn't look up any other people building it. I just basically went on the website and took a look, and basically nothing I saw said I needed to print parts. Simple as that. So here we are. Fun fact, Bamboo yesterday launched a new electronics power, and the bad part, they launched it on Kickstarter. Flipping Kickstarter. You know what? I will say this. I'm hoping Bamboo's at TCT Asia. I really want to talk to them. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm hoping they show up. I really do want to talk to them. I didn't see them on the site as terms of listed. Also, I found out something else really cool. Rapid TCT in Detroit also has a military defense exhibition show like taking place next door. It's like all air defense stuff. So like Northrop Grumman and Raytheon and them are going to be there. And my media pass lets me get in both. So I get to go hang out with defense contractors who will, you know, although we'll see what the state of the cooperation between our two nations will be in April. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm gonna clean these up. Where are my tweezers? I mean, to be fair, like if I get stuck there, getting stuck there, I just swim across the Detroit River, I'm home. So right now I'm just cleaning up the burrs on the drilled holes. Nothing major, it's just cleaning it up so it looks good. Caught me live. I'm live? Uh-oh. You all see Liz made it on the front page of Twitch yesterday? Pez Liz got on the front page of Twitch yesterday on her birthday stream. That was cool. I opened up Twitch and I'm like, why am I hearing Liz? And it's like, oh, she's on the front page. Good for her. There we go. You can sign up for the front page. Can you? Is that how? I have no idea. I don't really, like, I do occasionally stream on Twitch. I do want to try and get one Twitch stream before I leave on the trip. It's just schedule and being sick kind of screwed up everything there. And I know I still owe you a member stream. Probably do it next week, I'll be honest. Or maybe this weekend, we'll see. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, those look clean now. There we go. Should I sweep all these metal pieces onto the ground? Probably not, but I just did. Okay. Pezlis? Yeah, Pezlis. Okay. So now, screwdriver. Oh, she got partner and requested it. Nice, good for her. Good for her. Her and Zombie are like the only two 3D printing people I'll occasionally tune into on Twitch. It's weird. I don't really watch, for somebody who live streams 3D printing stuff, I rarely watch other people do it. It's just, I don't know. It's not something I watch. It's kind of like people, you know, it's like the people who talk about work when they're not at work. I'm thinking it's kind of like that. Okay, so we got to put this together. So we have the verticals are the ones with the holes. Long, long, short, short. Okay. Build the frame as shown. Where the initial batch of extrusions have some QC issues where the holes were not drilled cleanly. We've raised the issue with our manufacturer. Okay, so that's just what we cleaned up. Drop the extrusion prepared in the previous step. So that is that is that, and boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's build a box. Digital Dragon is good. Which one is Digital Dragon? I think I've seen him. Don't forget about Loyal Moses. I make it a habit not to watch people who run unlicensed charities. That's just me. That's just me. Also, the fact that he blocked me in a good chunk of the other creators on 3D printing after due to opinions that do not align. But free country. I don't enter giveaways. I have a personal point where I don't enter giveaways. So why would I watch that kind of content? As a content curator in 3D printing, I think it's wrong for me to enter giveaways, considering I can just, you know, I can basically ask companies for stuff if I want. So I don't really. So then what's the point of watching? Okay. Uh-oh, Liz is here. Shoot, everyone, Hi, Liz. How'd the stream go? You had a lot of people. You were up in the 600s, I saw. You had a lot of people tuning in, didn't you? What did you cap out at? You have a Prusa now, Liz? Nice. You had 2,000? Damn. The most I've ever had, I had over 1,000 once. The thing is though, they're giveaway streams. Like giveaway streams, you'll always have great numbers, but they're not like, how do I word this? They're not real numbers. Like it's always cool, don't get me wrong. $2,900, damn son. That's good. See, what you got to do now is use that to go to advertisers and advertise, hey, look how many viewers I got. So they'll give you even more money. Yep. Yep. Rising tide raises all ships. Rate out with 700. Nice. That's something I always forget to do on here. And you can rate on YouTube, but it's not as big of a thing as rating on Twitch. Oh, that's fine. Bigger granite slab. I would love, you know, the one day we get a Saudi oil prince watching chat who drops 50K, and I could pay off the mortgage and then rent a studio, then I'll worry about getting a Starrett layout table to build this on. But until that day, I will not be as concerned. Designers and streamers, I guess. Lots of good comments. That's good. That's good. I know you. I sent my little tweet out there and you invited me on, but I was making dinner for the family, so I was kind of not in a good time slot to stream, essentially. Or probably 7-foot layout table on Serpos for 200. The problem is it's that cheap because nobody wants to move that. Like the shop I worked at had layout tables on them. Like we had big layout tables. Like we had ones like the size of a pool table that were like pink quartz, like this thick. And you know how we moved them around? We just craned them. The frame that they were on, we just welded eye bolt pucks. So we could just pick it up with a crane to move it around. That was the easiest way to move it, was just crane it. Okay, so that is the bottom. So let's get the other part built. Whoop. There we go. A lot of room. A lot of room. Speaking of, I built my... Well, here's the thing. As long, like, you only really need the really flat surface to put the frame together. Once the frame's together, you really don't need a super flat surface. And honestly, depending on the type of printer you're building, and it's like put it this way, a V2 needs a more square frame than a Trident. And a V0 really doesn't need that big of a square frame to begin with, just so you know. It depends how the motion system mounts to the frame a lot of the time. You think I'll ever get a Polymaker creator spool in F color? I don't know. I'll be honest, I really don't talk to Polymaker that much outside of the standard like policy I have with them right now where we do the giveaway. That's pretty much it. I know they have the Polymaker first program thing. I'll be honest, I really haven't looked into that at all. I don't know what the requirements are for it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, like, what the requirements are to get a custom-made spool. I'll be honest, it wouldn't be PLA. It would be, like, an actual, like, ABS spool. And it would just, you want to know what it would be? It would be black. Generic black ABS. Good quality, cheap price. That's all I want. Because that's what I use the most. Like, the 3D print general one I get. Like an OD green or something. That I kind of get. With red glitter. Well, it's funny. I don't know if I can leak it, but the upcoming Gamer Subs, it's hilarious. I'll put it this way. Gamer Subs is a more beneficial partner for me right now than Polymaker. On a normal day. When Polymaker does their sales, Polymaker is great. But on a normal day, on like my average day-to-day stream, Gamer Subs is a more beneficial partnership than Polymaker for me. Shows you the type of audience I have. Y'all are a bunch of weebs who love your waifus. And I'm okay with that. But their upcoming drop, actually it's today. I think, can I show it today? I think I can show it today. I think I can show it today. 3 p.m. EST. Is it 3 p.m. EST? It is 3 p.m. EST in 3 minutes. So we'll talk about it in 3 minutes. That one I may have to fiddle with. But yeah, I don't know what the requirements are for the whole Polymaker first thing. If it's like an exclusive thing, then I won't sign up for it. I don't like exclusivity stuff. Invest your money in beer. I don't drink beer anymore. I've kind of quit most alcohol, I'll be honest. Like I can't, I'll be honest, my YouTube, my go-to for the longest time was JP Weiser's whiskey. Was like my go-to drink. And I haven't even bought a, oh yeah, beer is not good for you in terms of like, it's carbs, it's all carbs. And yes, I'm eyeballing squaring up the frame while I do this. Okay. That's good there. That's good there. That's good there. Okay, now I got to tighten it all up properly. So this is the downside with the LTT screwdriver. It's not long enough for that. Oh, hey, it's 3 o'clock. Okay, so this is the new Gamer Subs launch today. It's called Morning Wood, and this is the this is the closest I think we'll ever get to getting a Canuck Creator waifu cup, considering the fact it's a lumberjack chick. So if this floats your boat, code Canuck Gamer Subs, link in the video description, save 10%. There you go. This is about as close as we're gonna get to, I think, a Canuck Creator cup. So there you go. They sent me the actual flannel. I got the flannel on the way. So there we go. So buy some Gamer Subs. Do it today. There we go. Because right now, buy any tub and you get a free waifu cup. So you buy the tub, you can get your Morning Wood waifu cup. I love how unserious it is. Like, you just roll with it. Just roll with it, and it works. Because if life is too serious, where's the fun in that? Let's be honest. It's a bit too much. You don't see me using the Denise cup out here. I have some Gamer Subs cups that you don't really see me use out here too much. I do try to keep the stream somewhat PG, except for the swearing. So there are a few Gamer Subs cups you don't see me. Allen key stuck. Come on. Yeah. There we go. Oh man, you know what I actually want right now? I can go for some Chinese food. Thanks to conversion. That and tariffs. That and tariffs. I could really go for some Chinese food right now. Oh man. I don't know, all of a sudden, like, Chinese food. Oh, maybe that's what I'm gonna do for dinner. We'll see. We'll see. I gotta figure something out for dinner. I mean, I'm gonna get all the Chinese food I'll ever want in a week, so. Brandress is goated. I've got the new stuff for the Wubby drop already ordered, so just waiting for that to come in. Brand Risk, Shy Lily's Blowhole Blast, Copium I really like. Bow's is pretty good too. Bow the Whales one is pretty good. In China, it's not Chinese food, it's just food. This is true. This is true. You know what the problem is though? I'm a very picky eater. Like I don't eat fruits and vegetables. I'm a very texture person too. I'm a very texture person. So things that are like weird textures, I can't do. So it's gonna be very interesting. My palate in China is gonna be very interesting. We'll see how it goes. I got a feeling I'm gonna be living off Chinese KFC and McDonald's quite a bit, but we'll see how it goes. Although I think I can go for some duck. I can go for some duck. How do I not have scurvy? I do take a daily multivitamin. There we go. Okay, so that is our frame. How square is it? That's square. That's square. That's square. That's square. Let's do some corner checks. That is hair under 695. Hair under 695. Yeah, we're good. I think the frame's good. Like, yeah, I think we're good on the frame. Ooh, we have corner brackets I gotta put in. Okay, so we're gonna need corner brackets with M5 8s and M5 T-nuts. Okay, so in that case, let's get rid of this block because it just takes up stuff on my desk. Don't need you anymore. You're heavy. There we go. Oh, that's great. Ow. When I picked it up, it drove a chunk of aluminum into my hand. Okay, so we are gonna need T-nuts. Fives. Okay, so we need M5 8s. As a SVO8. It has. They have donated some money, but I don't know totals or anything. Voron is a not-for-profit open source thing. Companies, if they choose to donate to Voron, is always appreciated because it helps fund stuff like booths at events, travel, getting stuff set up for these events, and R&D stuff behind the scenes. But it's not like it shouldn't be used as a transactional promotional thing. So if they donate to Voron, you won't see Voron put out a big publicity like, thank you so-and-so for donating to Voron and blah, blah, because it's kind of viewed as, you know, PR, using it as like promotional. Like, it's appreciated, don't get me wrong. But like LDO and some other companies already do it. But they just do it of their own accord. Like, that was if you remember during the original, like they've changed it. If you go back, you won't find it because they've deleted it. But the original issues that I took issue with the Saval SVO8 was they basically leaned heavily on Voron as part of the branding. And like, if you didn't know any better, you thought you were buying a Voron when you weren't. It's inspired by a Voron, and it takes a lot of design cues from Voron, which is fine. Voron's an open source machine. Anyone could do it. You just have to acknowledge. But it felt, some people were getting the feeling that it was like an official thing. And it's like, no. It's like they're sending me the new one, the Mini, which they called it the Saval Mini. And I'm like, okay, cool. Then they renamed it. They called it a Saval Zero now. And it's like, you make your own thing, call it your own thing. Why don't hitch it to somebody else's post? Like, you've made your own printer. Yes, it's heavily inspired by a Voron V0 or whatever, but it's your own thing. Give it your own name. It's yours. Take ownership of it. Be proud of what you made. It's like a couple of years back, somebody came out with a Voron 2.5. All it was a Voron V2 with like a bunch of random mods on it. And they put up a GitHub page, but they called it Voron V2.5. And the problem was with that is people like started posting in the Discord like, oh, there's a new Voron. It's a Voron V2.5. I'm building it. It's not. It's some random person not affiliated with the group at all, just kind of called it that. But because you slot it into the existing naming convention, it misleads people. So. So it is what it is, though. Like, as long as they brand it right, I'm sure it's fine. Like, I personally really don't care. But I could see some people being a bit more defensive about stuff like that. Or correction, I don't care as much as I used to. I do care. Okay, so now, where do these guys go? Oh, we got to put this in the back. Okay, so that goes. So this goes in the middle, I'm guessing. Okay, so we got 2 extrusions left. So I'm assuming. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, they have donated. I think they put out a tweet when they do, but I don't think you'll ever see like an acknowledgement tweet because like an endorsement. It's like, I appreciate it, thank you. Just like as far as like some of the other 3D printing companies go, Saval, I really don't have any ill will towards. I think they're fine. They just kind of, they have the same problem a lot of companies have, in my opinion, and that's you guys should probably spend a little bit more on QC and fine tuning stuff before pushing it out the door instead of making it as flashy. That's kind of like it's like Creality. Like, I'm starting to see more and more people posting stuff about their Creality K2s having issues, like stuff starting to break on them and whatnot. I know Uncle Jesse's been having issues with his. And it's like, if you guys like just sat down and spent like, okay, the day you're gonna release your product, and just sit on it for 3 months and tweak stuff and tune stuff and adjust stuff and then put it out, you'll probably have a much better time. But they don't do that. It's like, get it working first, get it working reliably. Don't just go, I think we fixed the problem, and then pull a SpaceX where your rocket blows up twice in a row because you thought you fixed it, but you didn't. Yeah. Ugh. It's like I'm over the cold, but I still have like the cough. Yeah, QC issue, that's like, honestly, that is half the reason Bamboo is as good as they are is the fact that they don't have the QC issues that other companies have. That's pretty much it. Voron Phoenix. See, that's what I mean about, here's the thing, Voron Phoenix has been done for a while in terms of it being a functional printer. The problem is, it being a functional printer of that cost that works as you would expect is the last little bit that takes the time. And it's taking a lot of time. You'd be surprised how much work is involved for getting a printer that, hey, I put it together and it moves and it will print stuff. And hey, this is a workhorse of a printer and you could just trust it to work in any environment doing any print job. There is a surprising amount of work that needs to take place between, hey, we have a minimum viable product and this is now done. So if you're wondering where the status of Phoenix is, there you go. It's that last little bit, getting it over the line, that takes a surprising amount of work. Need a beta tester? I mean, if you're willing to drop several $1,000s on the components and self-source it all, but first you have to be on the Voron team. Yeah, Millennium Machine Works in chat. Yeah, they know. It is a surprising amount of work to bring something from minimum viable product, or just like, hey, the design works, to, I mean, if you really think about it, it took Voron how many years to get the V2 working? Think about it. The original V2 came out in 2018. The V2.0 had a ton of issues. The V2.1 had issues. The V2.2 was actually not too bad, but the 2.2 suffered from the problem that it was based on the 2.0 and the 2.1, which had issues. And it basically required us throwing everything out, restarting, but restarting with everything we had learned up to that point to come out with the 2.4. And now the 2.4 is pretty much cooked. It's done. There's been a few updates to the 2.4 since its original release, obviously. But for the most part, the 2.4 is the V2 is a done printer. It's feature complete. The only thing that gets done on now is like, oh, you know, we have a new tool head type design, or some new fans, or, you know, a new way of meshing the bed, or some new, it's add-ons, it's revisions. It's not like, you know, full on updates like it used to be. Okay. Fix the brackets as shown with the corner brackets built in the previous steps. Okay. 2.3. 2.3 was thrown out. Same with V1.9, which became Trident, or correction, V1.7. It's because 2.3 was originally based on 2.2, and it was scrapped to start over to become 2.4. So that's why there is no 2.3. There technically was a 2.3. There actually, I think there was a couple even built internally. I know I had 2.3 parts on V226 for a bit. But it was basically like 2.3 was a revision on 2.2, and it was decided it was better to start over. So basically 2.3 just got scrapped and 2.4 became a thing. So it's just, it is what it is. It's, now you may be wondering, why am I attaching this already? Well, because I want to get one kind of in, so that I can locate it. I don't have a long enough, it's my log scale. My log scale, is it downstairs? I think my log scale's downstairs. For some reason, my Prusa likes to play the jingle for the webcam connecting randomly, and it does it like a couple times a day, and I don't know why it's doing it. Let me go grab my long scale. I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna walk and talk while I do this. Walk and talk while I do this. Let's go down here. Let's see what's going on. What's going on? Where is my log scale? Is it down here? I could have sworn I had it down here. Oh, there it is. There it is. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Hey, Alt, how you doing today? Is it awake? I just talked to my computer to see if it would reply. I have no idea if it will. No, it's off. Okay. Behold. Because, you know, if you're gonna go big in style. Because, you know, whenever you need a 24-inch Mitutoyo scale. Millennium Machine Works, 80-20 rule. The last 20% of the work takes 80% of the time. Yeah, and then that last little 2% takes us a stupid amount of time sometimes. Okay. So what do we got here? We got 9 inches. Yes, I know, it's metric. So that is 8/800,000. So I would want to go 8. So 8-inch 900,000. 8-inch 900,000. Inch. So I'm just gonna move that over just a smidgen. There we go. There we go. Lusa gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. Thank you. I'm not a fan of T-nuts. T-nuts and ball head screws. Ball head Allen keys are great because you can get them out at an angle, but you got to be careful. It's very easy to break the ball off in them. You'd be surprised. Well, mute ban if what do I need to mute people for? What's going on? Usually the chat is pretty self-regulating here. Very rarely do I have to mute or ban people on my chat. We do have a few people that are mods that usually just kind of hang out. But we are a pretty small community here. And I have no qualms about pausing stream to moderate. So if people start causing shit in chat, I will pause stream and start banning people. I am not afraid of just banning people. I've done it many times. I've got no qualms about cleaning up chat if I need to. So, behave. My view on moderation, if you want to complain and bitch about stuff, I'm okay with outside bitching out. I'm okay about bitching out. Like politics, for example, right? You guys know I have no qualms about dipping into politics on this stream. But notice how I don't attack people in chat unless they attack me. It's okay to bitch outwards. It's okay to bitch outwards. It's when people start bitching at each other in chat, then we get problems. So that's usually my rule of thumb when it comes to moderating. If it's directed outwards and it's in a non-offensive way too, you gotta be very, like, obviously some topics are off limits. But it's like, you know, sometimes people just need to vent and that's okay. I'm okay with that. And when it comes to spamming chat, we have a designated spam hour for that. So that is 8-inch 100,000. That is 8-inch 100,000. That'll work. I'm okay with that. Actually, shoot, that's 8-inch 80,000. 8-inch 100,000. Am I gonna freak over 20,000? Should I redo this over 20,000? It's 20,000. Why are you doing this, Prusso? Why are you doing this? Why are you playing your little jingle? Quit playing your jingle. 20,000. Should I care about 20,000? I really don't care about 20,000. I'll be honest. Okay. What is that in stone? 20 quid. One Mars probe impacted on the surface worth. This isn't Steve's channel. No, what's... Steve has his own channel. Why would you think this is Steve's channel? This is Taylor's channel. Care about 20 thou. You know what's funny? I have built tools that weigh 100,000 pounds where certain things had to be within like 2 thou. And that was normal. And it's actually, you'd be surprised how easy it is to get certain things within a couple thou. Like, depending on what tool you're using, like if you're doing anything with like a wet grinder, you can get, we're talking 1/10 of a thou is nothing. It's like, oh, this needs to be within, 2/10 of a thou. Okay, I can do that. It depends on what tool you're using to get your final sizing. Zombie here? Hey, zombie. Was it you somebody was mentioning was looking into getting one of these or something? Last time I talked about this on stream, this printer on stream, somebody's like, oh, somebody else is looking to get one of these. It was either you or Daniel. I can't remember who. Within 2 thou until, you know what sucks? Years ago, who here knows what spotting is? Who here knows what spotting is when it comes to like tool and mold? Who here knows what spotting is? So if you don't know what spotting is, imagine you have two surfaces, right? Core and a cavity on a mold, okay? And they need to seal. So when they close, it seals and you inject plastic in and the plastic doesn't go everywhere, right? It needs to seal. So you machine it, obviously, as close as you can, but you leave stock. You don't actually machine it size for size because there's gonna be variance, right? The machine's never perfect. So if you machine it side for size and you close it, odds are it won't be a perfect seal. So you usually add stock to one side. Usually in our case, we would do it on the core, but sometimes on the cavity, depends on the geometry. And then what you would do is you put the mold in a press and you would blue it. So you'd use layout blue, or not layout blue, like this stuff. I think I still have some. This stuff. High spot blue. This stuff is horrible. It gets everywhere. It's like pen ink. But you dab blue on everything, right? You paint it all up with blue. And then you come down on shim. And you basically, everywhere the blue touches, you grind it away. And you keep doing that until the blue is solid. So basically you're tweaking and adjusting the two halves, just grinding away. You get your pencil grinder, your NSK pencil grinder in there, and you're grinding for sometimes days as these two halves come up and down inside a press. And the thing is, you could do it at room temperature. But really, in a perfect world, you're supposed to be doing it at the temperature the mold runs. So what do you do when it's a lens mold that runs at 120 degrees Celsius? Do you crawl in the press on a tool that's 120 degrees Celsius and you try not to burn yourself? And you burn yourself. Hand scraping? Yeah, hand scraping is like another, it's basically the same type of work. Only we would use grinders, we wouldn't scrape. And it's funny because normally you'd run water through your molds to cool it. This mold ran oil through it to heat it. 120 degrees Celsius. You're basically wearing like a fire suit while working. So, a little hot. stupid. Come on. Okay. So let me just see here how level we are. Why did it need to be heated like that? Because the plastic. The mold had to run at a certain temperature for the plastic. It was a lens mold, so it was a clear polycarbonate plastic for a lens, for a car part or whatever. And the mold needed to run at those temperatures for the plastics to give the properties that it needed to have with like opacity or strength or whatever. It's just sometimes you got to do what you got to do because that's what it's got to be. So that is 61 millimeters. And that is 59 millimeters. So 60 millimeters. I don't have metric 246 blocks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to pull this down ever so slightly. There we go. Yep. That is 60 millimeters. And that is 60. Good. There we go. Would you get significant flashing of milled surfaces at 22 and then ran at 120? It depends. It depends. Put it this way. Depending on the plastic and the tonnage, 3 thou of a gap was enough for it to flash. Depends on the plastic. Some plastic will flash at 1.5 thou. But you also need vents too, right? It can't be a perfect seal. You do need some venting. So usually you spot it and then you go and put some vents in to allow gases to escape. And like, literally, you're grinding off like like 0.2 of a thou. Like sometimes, like just enough to let the gases escape, but too much of a vent, and you have plastic escape, which is not good. Okay, so that's that. We're making motor brackets already. Okie dokie, I guess. I'm okay with that. Scratch the heck out of my desk. So I'm assuming, oh, is this, oh, this is aluminum. Okay, this is aluminum. I do see it is aluminum. Now we need a whole bunch of bearing stuff already. Okay. This is the fastest we've ever got into bearings on a build. Like, 1 second, I'm gonna cough. Did I mute? Did I mute? I didn't mute. What was it for the person who was asking to be hired? We ain't got the budget for that. The only reason I can do full-time YouTube is the fact that I run things very lean at this operation. Very lean. Okay, so we're gonna need what? M4 bolts. So we're gonna need my M4 bolts. Let's get the M4s out. M5 and 2.5 spacers and shims. I got a feeling I'm gonna need that. And M4. Lean but mean. And then we're gonna need some F624 bearings. I'm assuming the bearings are in here. I'm assuming this is our part cooling fan. Big boy. So bearings. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, so we got our bearings here. We've got our bearings, so we shouldn't get lost, so that's good. Aluminum? Yeah, it's aluminium. Okay, so this is gonna be fun. So we've got M4 T-nut, then spacer, and that. Oh, I gotta find these little corner pieces. Okay, let's find those corner pieces. Those bracket pieces. Those are not them. Is it these guys? Maybe it's this bag. M4 fasteners. Let me get these T-nuts. M4 T-nuts. And these are probably the shims we're gonna need. Okay, so so this is what we're basically building is that. So I need front motor bracket, rear motor bracket. Okay. And then the cross beam. Okay. Front motor bracket, rear motor bracket. There's a lot of cool bent metal parts to this. I'm not gonna lie. That's actually pretty cool. Do we know how much this kit is? Yep, link in the video description has the store page. I believe they originally launched this. I'll be honest, I think they reached out to me about this a while ago, but I think this launched on Kickstarter first. And I've pretty much got except for like, I'll never say it's a flat no rule, but I'm pretty adverse to Kickstarters for the most part. So I may have ignored it originally if they reached out to me during their Kickstarter phase. But now you could just buy it on a website. So I'm okay with that. I'm not saying I will never promote anything that has a Kickstarter or that is actively on a Kickstarter. It's just, if it's on a Kickstarter, I'm more hesitant. I'm much more hesitant to promote it because it's not done yet. It's pre-production. It's too many variables. Too many variables. Okay, so M430 button head bolt. We got our M4s here. M435, M420. I'm gonna need M420. I'm gonna need one of these. I will say this is where it gets really annoying because you have all these little itty bitty baggies that don't reseal that I have to open up to get one screw out. M430, I'm gonna need two of these. So probably gonna need two of these. Probably gonna need two of these. Double check here, make sure these are the same M430. No, those are different. Okay, I'll make it work. Okay. Thoughts on IDEX versus two head? It depends. If you are just gonna only ever go two, an IDEX will be simpler and cheaper than a two tool-headed tool changer. But a tool changer allows you to do more than two. So it's kind of like, yeah, an IDEX, if you know for sure you're only gonna need two, I would say IDEX. It will be cheaper and simpler. But if you need more than two, then IDEX is not for you. What are these? M485 shims. Got that. Okay. Got the bearings. I need the nylock nuts. M4 nylock nuts. I need you. And now I need M4 spacer. M4 spacer. Where's the M4? Aluminum spacer, M4. Okay. I'm assuming it's aluminum. It says M4 by 4 spacer, which I'm assuming is this guy. Which is, I'm assuming this guy. Aluminum spacer, M4-4. Yeah. Okay. And then also a M440. M440. Okay. So let's put this together. I think I have enough here. Ooh, shoulder bolts. Ooh, Allen keys. Wow, they gave me some Allen keys. Okay, let's start putting this together. So, front motor bracket is this guy. So that is this bracket. Okay. So let's build this little one first. So that's an M420 shim. Where's the shim? Where's the shim? I have to dump the shims in here. Custom design. No, this is like the Steve tray. This is like the Steve builds modified hex tray. It's called a hex tray. I don't know the exact like. And all I did with it is I put a magnet on the bottom, like one of the, like a magnet on the bottom. So stuff kind of sticks to it a little bit. It's not enough to keep it from falling out. Like if I flip it, everything will fall out, but it's enough to keep like your screws from like randomly rolling around. Okay, so we got good old fashioned bearing stack. So we got M4, that, bearing, washer, okay, then we're gonna need a nylock, and then this goes through. There. Where is... Nope. Nope. There we go. Like I knew I had it somewhere, I just didn't know where. All right, that's M4. Nope. Nope. E, R. I am hungry. I am hungry. What are we doing for dinner today, class? What are we doing for dinner? What are we doing for dinner? They're saying Chinese food, but I don't actually have. I'd have to go get Chinese food. There we go. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, so this one is the M440. So this is the long boy, and that comes from the bottom. So it comes from the bottom, and now we're at the top. Tacos, ooh, tacos. I did chicken wraps last night. Chicken cheese bacon wraps last night. That was last night's dinner. I'm actually out of taco wraps, burrito wraps or whatever. Okay, that, and then we have washer, spacer, washer. So washer, spacer, washer, bearing stack, washer, spacer, and then an M4 T-nut. Let me just double check. Yeah. Okay. That seems about right. So that is that one. Okay. Cocoa press. I still have dude, I have so much chocolate from the last cocoa press video I did. I mean, I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not, oh no, I have all this chocolate. What am I gonna do with all this chocolate? Oh no. But I mean, like, I have a lot of chocolate left over from the cocoa press video. And chocolate isn't exactly good for you when you eat that much, so. Stack. This one goes here, and a T-nut. Always make sure they spin too. Like every time you screw it together, just always double check, make sure you didn't like over tighten it. Or it's a good way to check too, once you build up the stack and you screw everything down, make sure it all moves. That's a good way to check too if you forgot to put a shim in. Because if you forgot to put a shim in, a lot of the time it won't move. I'm gonna eat a Haribo right now. I know this isn't a Prusa, but I'm hungry. Oh. These are the same bearings Boron uses. I think they're just M4 instead of M5 for the ID. Doggo is barking. How's Doggo doing? Nearly blind, completely deaf, and sleeps all day. He's 13 now, which for a 100+ pound Shepherd Husky mix is kind of old, but he's still there. Still a good boy. He's just old. Okay, so that's that one. So this one looks a little different because it's got that in the bottom. And now we got to do more bearing stacks. Woo! So this is that one. Just double check, make sure we're good. Go the right way. Okay. And now we use the bar. Doesn't this machine use the E3D? Maybe? Well, we'll get to it when we get to it. Okay, gantry front idler side. So I'm assuming this goes like this. Okay, so that's that. It's cheaper than the Cocoa Press with multi-material upgrade. Yeah, but the Cocoa Press prints chocolate, which automatically makes it the best 3D printer ever. Like, you could argue whatever you want with like tool changing capabilities, build volume, like, oh, this machine can get hotter, it's enclosed, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a flying hootenanny. It don't print chocolate. I'm sorry, the Cocoa Press prints chocolate, it wins. Hootenanny's a funny word. I don't think I've ever actually used that word in a conversation. That's a funny word, hootenanny. Please nobody pop in chat and go, just so you know, that actually is like an offensive word. What? Hootenanny. Hootenanny. That's a funny word. Great, now I got dog here and everything. Okay, so now that locks in that. Okay, so this is this one. So we'll start with the outside. Almost as good as shindig. Shindig is more common. Shindig is a more common word. It's not as fun, I think. Hootenanny is a fun word. I dropped a shim. Hopefully there's extra shims. Okay, so let's build that up. So in the wifey, we got 2 episodes of Freerun left to watch, I think. And hooray, they announced they're doing a season 2. But unfortunately, it is not out until next year, which sucks. So if you want my official, you know I'm not officially done it yet. If you want my recommendation, go watch Freerun. Freerun is damn good. It's like, it has been a while since I've watched an anime that I've actually been like, damn, this is good. Like every episode, you're eating good. Go watch Freerun. It's good. Freerun. Yeah. F-R-I-E-N. No. R-I. Freerun. F-R-I-E-R-E-N. Freerun. Me fail English? That's impossible. In episode 3. Yeah, it's really good. It is really good. Dan. I've heard good things about Dan. I might start watching Dan. The thing is, I'm very against watching shows until it's over. Anime is a little differently because half the time you don't get a chance to watch more because they'll just leave it after 1 season or 2. It's like, yeah, no, we're done. And it's like, what? It's like, no, we're not making any more. It's like, what? So sometimes you kind of have to Otherwise, you might be waiting 3 years for the next season. Hello, Attack on Titan fans. I'm sorry, I still haven't finished watching Attack on Titan because I was all into season 1 and then just all the delays. I'm like, I started watching this show before my kid was born. He's in grade 1 already, so I'm like, okay. So that is that. Okay, so we built that the right way. Make sure the orientation of the gantry brackets match the image. They do. They do. Look. Look, look, look. Boop. 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 We're good. We're good there. Okay. Okay. Now this side, so we got an M. Okay, so we'll do this one first. M320, more M320s. How many M320s do we need? M320 or M420? Sorry, M420. Yeah, M420. Funny number. Okay. That washer. Bearing stack. Washer. And nylock. Have I watched Castlevania? I have not, and I've heard good things. I'll be honest, I just don't watch a lot of shows. I just don't watch a lot of shows. That's kind of my thing. I watch way more YouTube than anything else. I just don't watch shows a lot. I blame Game of Thrones. I used to watch shows quite regularly. M435. Is this 35 millimeter? I used to watch shows. Like, I used to be, you know, oh, it's Saturday night, this show's on. Oh, it's Friday night, this show's on. I used to be like that. After Game of Thrones has, like, ruined shows for me. Because it just... so bad. Just being invested for years in a show, to just have it crash and burn at the end like that, like, I just don't want to get invested in stuff that just ends that way. So. This is the last bearing stack. What is the M415 spacer? What the hell is that? I gotta find that. Because that goes in there. M415 spacer. Where the heck is that? M3s. M3 T-nuts. M4 aluminum spacer. I'm 2.5 aluminum spacer. It's nylon spacer. Oh, here we go. M415 spacer. Any word of the Abridged series from Team Forcer? Dude, okay, DBZ Abridged was goated. Like, as somebody who grew up on the internet, like, DBZ Abridged, like, it's... I can't watch... DBZ Abridged is canon DBZ for me now. Like, DBZ Abridged is like... That's how I expect the characters to behave. It's kind of funny. I don't know why this has like a random spacer sticking out of the bottom, but it does. Oh yeah, I've seen Hellsing Abridged. I've seen Hellsing Abridged. Bitches do indeed love cannons. Although I will say Hellsing Abridged got a bit too serious by the end, which kind of took me out of it a little bit. Because in my opinion, it had a really good mix of funny, haha, and serious. And then by the end, it kind of leaned too far into the serious. It was still good. Still better than Game of Thrones ending, that's for sure. But it just kind of felt like they leaned a little too far into the serious. Okay. Print head door bracket. Okay, let's see if I can find the print head door bracket. I'm assuming that's this guy. Look at stamped bent sheet metal components. What is this, 3 mil? Do I need to use the Mitutoyo micrometer that's accurate to 0.001 millimeters? No. Am I going to use the Mitutoyo micrometer that's accurate to 0.001 millimeters to measure a plate? Yes. Oh, it's 4.101 millimeters thick, sorry. Why do I have a Magpul backup iron sight? Anyways. What do we got here? M510s and M5. Oh, wow, we're back to M5s. Okay. M5 fasteners. Okay, so I'm going to put you all back in your baggie, just in case we don't need you anymore. At least for now. Try not to lose. Rebooting and spinning blue man. SAO, Sword Art. Is that Sword Art? I've never watched Sword Art Online. I'll be honest, isekais don't really do it for me. I tried watching. What's the one popular one? What's the one popular isekai? One with darkness and the water goddess and the dynamite lady explosion. Whatever that one is. I tried watching that one. I got like a couple episodes in and I just stopped. Isekais were never really like a big thing for me, I'll be honest. Where did I put the T-nuts? Oh, the T-nuts are already out. Konosuba, that's what it is, Konosuba. I tried watching Konosuba and I got like 2 episodes in and I just kind of stopped. I'll be honest, I'm this close to watching Stargate SG-1 again. We were talking about it the other night on the Discord, and I'm this close to wanting to rewatch Stargate SG-1 again. There's my isekai. Is Stargate SG-1 an isekai? Because they're always going to another world. Is Stargate SG-1 an isekai? Indeed. Okay. We've got 3 and 3, so let's turn. Okay, so that goes through there, and that goes through there. Because I seen somebody's like, oh, Freerun's an isekai, and I'm like, no, it's not. It takes place in a fantasy world, but it takes place in a fantasy world. It's not an isekai. It's like, welcome to Stargate. We travel the universe using these portals that will bring us to any planet that we can think of, as long as it looks like the greater Vancouver, BC area. Well, they filmed it in Vancouver, that's why. Carabani, if the Iron Forge is worth a watch. You know what one I needed to watch? I downloaded it, and I tried. Legend of the Galactic Heroes. I tried getting into that, and I watched like 15 episodes or something. And I just kind of stopped watching it for the day, and I never picked it back up. Like, I had it all downloaded. I was watching it. I was like, yeah, I'm finally gonna watch Legend of the Galactic Heroes. And it was like, that's something you need to invest in. Okay, so we've done that. Oh, we gotta do more of these. Okay, so it looks like we're getting everything ready to put together. Which one's this? This one's this one. SG wanted a lot of support from the Pentagon. Yeah, that because it was like, it's actually, apparently it's surprisingly easy to get support from the U.S. Like military for videos and whatnot, as long as you show them in a good light. Like, as long as you show them in a good light, they'll help you. I think, like, was it Independence Day they wanted to have like official support, but they weren't allowed to like show something. They weren't allowed to show them like losing a battle or something, so they couldn't get it or something. But I know Stargate, like Stargate SG-1 actually had like acting US Air Force generals on the show. It's like, we need someone to play a general, and they're like, well, why don't we just get the guy who's actually like a general to do it? And they did, because it was like such good PR. Like, it was a very, as far as like being a PR for the military, it was a very clean show for that kind of use. Like, we know who the good guys were. The US government was the good guys in the show, and they were like showing off cool shit. So it was like, it made a lot of sense, actually. It's like, might as well. Because oh, that's right, the Area 51 parts. That's what it was. I remember watching a thing where they're like, yeah, we were gonna get military support, but they would have had to cut out all the Area 51 stuff, which was a huge part of the plot. You know what the big, oh, the fake moon landing. Yeah, we need to fake the moon landing. Let's just do it for real. It'll be cheaper. Two things. A lot of people don't realize when the moon landings happen, they broadcast that shit live. Like, you were able to watch like the full 3 hours of them on the moon. You can still watch it. You can download it. Like, NASA has archives of all the original footage. At the time, people are like, oh, they just use slow-mo. At the time, slow-mo was literally just cranking the camera faster. For them to have had 3 hours of completely unbroken, high-speed footage to broadcast, it was impossible. They literally didn't have the technology at the time to film a 3-hour slow-motion continuous clip to show. Also, if the Soviets had any inkling that the US was faking that shit, they would have called them out immediately, and they didn't. So, like, two of the easiest ways to disprove it. Straight there. It's like, they didn't have the technology at the time to actually fake it. And two, the Soviets, if they had any inkling the Americans were faking it at all, would have called them out immediately. So, okay. TLJ. I know, I was there. I was there, Gandalf. Okay, so now we gotta mount this to this. Okay, so this mounts on that side, and those mount on that side. Okay, so this is actually going pretty good. I just jinxed it, but this is going pretty good. Okay, so got that. So for this printer is going to look kind of weird because the motors are mounted outside the frame. It's not like a Voron where everything's internal. So motors are mounted outside the frame and they're sideways. So this is Core XY sideways, but it makes sense for docking. It's not all-wheel drive, but there is 48 volts. Bleh. Yeah, the lack of Soviet team. Plus, like, they also the fact that, like, you could just look at them now. We actually have probes like around the moon right now that can look up the landing sites. Like, they have cameras on them good enough that you can see the landing sites and you can see the footpaths and everything. It's like, anyone who thinks it's watch Folding Ideas. Folding Ideas is a YouTube channel. They did a video on flat Earth, but part of it was the pipeline, the conspiracy pipeline. And I really think flat Earth, not landing on the moon, fluoride in the water. There's a bunch of like conspiracies that exist that I think are really like, they're so obviously not real, but they exist because people use them as a pipeline to get people into more conspiracies, where you get like the whole anti-vax and all like that shit. So I really think it's kind of a litmus test. A bunch of conspiracies exist that are purposely propagated as a litmus test to kind of like, it's like, you know how when you get those scam emails that are like from the Prince of Nigeria, and it's like the worst English in the world, and anyone who's like aware is like, this is obviously fake. They do that because it immediately weeds out everyone who won't fall for it. So the only people that reply are those that will fall for it. I really think a lot of these conspiracy theories are kind of just like a litmus test to try and to weed out those that won't fall for further stuff to get them on the pipeline. That's my conspiracy. That's my conspiracy. That's my big grand conspiracy. I love the fact that I have the tinfoil hat. I love the fact that I keep a tinfoil hat there now for this kind of use case. Okay, line you up. Actually, let me... Here's one solid cube. There we go. Yep, we're good. Okay. I'll be honest, I wish these weren't T-nuts. I get it. I'm just not a huge fan of T-nuts. A strange timeline. We are in the strangest timeline. We are in the strangest timeline. Like, the fact, like, no joke, the fact that the US government is actively talking about annexing Canada, like, let's be honest, we are firmly in bizarro land and shit don't make sense anymore. Like, the fact that your government is actively devaluing your currency by buying crypto with it is like one of the stream I watch Atrioc. He does like marketing stuff and whatnot. But like watching him freak out, like, we're seriously doing this. We are seriously doing this. It's like what is going on here? Okay, this is gonna be fun. So this one's a little interesting because it's got like a T-nut that comes up the bottom. So this is gonna be a little weird, I think, because this is actually, so that goes like that. Yeah, this one's weird because it comes up the bottom, and then we also have this. So let's this there so that this is level. I'm using the 1, 2, 3 block on the extrusion so that the it's perpendicular. Yeah. No, yeah. The fact that Quebecers have become like super Canadian patriotic is insane. Like, if you watch the channel, I haven't been the biggest fan of JT, right? Justin Trudeau. I nothing against the guy. I just don't align with him politically 100%. Some things I do, some things I don't. I'm a firm believer that nobody should be a down the board supporter of any party. Humans are more nuanced than that. You should be able to go, I support these ideas from this party, these ideas from this. And when election time comes around, you weigh your options onto which site you should vote for. You shouldn't just be a down ticket voter. I wish things worked that way, but they don't. But anyways, and like the whole JT redemption arc over the past like couple weeks has been like literally mind-blowing to see. Like, people that I know who do not like the guy, like I have some conservative friends who do not like the guy, are like, yeah, no, he's doing a pretty good job right now. Like, he's actually like where the hell have you been the past 10 years? See, we got one. I was fishing and we got one. Nobody cares about. So it's funny, the whole Justin Trudeau is Castro's kid, because one, the timeline just doesn't work out. When Castro visited Canada and whatnot, the timeline just does not work out. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. So like right off the bat, it's like one of those things that the moment you put any thought into it, it doesn't make any sense at all. Also, we all know the reason why Trump hates Trudeau. Oh, no, Mike. There we go. Ah, dang it. I ruined the joke. But yeah, no, this is why Trump doesn't like Trudeau. Is because Baron Trump is actually Melania and Trudeau's secret love child. That's why. He's just jelly. He's just jelly. See, we could do it too. It's a dumb joke. It's a dumb joke. Hey, looks kind of like Castro. I will say he rocked the beard pretty well. I much prefer bearded Trudeau than beardless Trudeau. It's kind of like Linus from LTT. Linus looks better with the beard. I'm going to come out and say it. I know I look better with the beard. You do not want to see me without a beard. It's not good. But that's the thing. There's a difference between ha-ha funny politics and like you're taking the thing that's supposed to be ha-ha funny and you're taking it seriously. That's when it gets a little weird, in my opinion. It's like all the stuff with JD Vance in the face. Those are funny. Those are funny. You can have fun with this. It's when you take the stuff that's supposed to be like, this is supposed to be a joke that somebody made on like a comedy skit. But now they take it seriously and it's like, what? Anyways. Yeah, Baron's a giant. Oh, and then we put the base on. Woo! How do we attach the base? Are we gonna put the base on? We're onto the base already. Wow, what time is... Wow, we're making good time on this. There we go. Might get some cool cars from China. I'm all down. I'm actually, one of the things I'm looking forward to when I go over to China next week is I want to check out the BYDs. I've heard a lot of good things about them. The fact that they make two types. They make ones that are just really cheap and they work, but they also make stuff with a lot of cool shit in it. I really don't care about the cool shit. I want cheap cars. I'm a big fan of cheap, bare bones electric vehicles. I believe that's what the primary market for EVs should be because of the range issues they have. They should just be designed for easy, maintenance-free inner city commuting. That is such a market for EVs. that they could just lock down, and nobody really does it because the margins aren't there. They all have to make these super giant $100,000 EV cars. It's like, go watch Zach's Jerry Rig did a video today on the Telos truck. It looks funky AF. The truck looks weird, but it's like, that's the kind of EVs we should be seeing. Stuff that's designed for a use, not like a luxury thing that just happens to be an EV. Okay, rubber foots, M560s. Okay, so let's get the M5s out. I'm assuming it's these guys. No, these are M5 100s. 560s. I'm gonna cough again. Ugh. Ah. Nah. You ready for my stance on Tesla? I've built tools for Tesla. I have worked with Tesla. I have built tools with Tesla. I have talked to senior Tesla engineers. Tesla is BlackBerry right now. They are doing exactly what BlackBerry did, where they were like the first ones to come out with something. They cornered the market, and then everyone else caught up, surpassed them, and they just kind of withered away. If Tesla wants to survive, they need to actually come out with better vehicles, with better quality controls that are actually worth what they are worth, because Teslas are horribly overpriced for what you get in a vehicle, in my opinion. They need to drop the whole FSD bullshit, because let's be honest, it's not working out the way they want it to, and people have overpaid for that option that won't even be an option. And they need to get rid of Musk. The board needs to drop Musk. He is ruining the brand, because, hey, let's make electric vehicles that majority of buyers of EVs are progressive, liberal thinking people for the most part, and then let's piss them all off. Like, what are you doing? Any other company, if the CEO was doing what Musk was doing, would have gotten rid of him ages ago. But the board of directors is mostly his family, so... Plus you have all the crypto whales and whatnot that are so heavily invested in it, it's kind of like they won't touch it. Okay, the bolts should come directly into the bottom of this. Oh, so it just bolts right on. Okay, where's the... Okay, so the front is this side. So, let's see here. So I gotta put this on its back. FSD. I'll be honest, my Subaru, I have a Subaru, my car is a Subaru Crosstrek. I have a 2024 Subaru Crosstrek. That is my vehicle. I've had it for almost 2 years. It'll be like 2 years in like April or May. Anyways, I like it. I like it. It's a nice car. It's big enough to do everything I want, and it's, you know, relatively fuel efficient and whatnot. I like it. But it also has how does this work? Oh, I see how this works. Okay. It has like autopilot. It's not autopilot, but it basically, you could set it to a speed limit. It'll automatically slow down if a car comes in front of it, and it stays in its lane. That is really all you really need. Like, I don't need inner city driving. I just need it when I'm driving like those 8-hour drives that I do occasionally a couple times a year. It's nice to just turn that on and not have to like constantly tweak and adjust the steering wheel and the throttle when doing those like 8-hour drives. It stays in the lane. It keeps you, you know, that's all I need. I don't need the car to drive itself and park itself. I honestly don't see the need for that. It just doesn't really, like, going from what I have to full self-driving is kind of like, I don't really need that big of a leap. I'm kind of okay with what I got. It's good enough for adaptive cruise and lane keep. Yeah, adaptive cruise and lane assist is honestly like 90% of what you want. And the other 10% is not really needed, I think, especially right now. Okay, so this goes in there. Maybe I should flip this upside down so I don't have to like, here, let's do this. Hey, look, I'm a big brain person. Hanging off the edge. There we go. Wow, look how much more competent and smart that is. Let me get my... Let me rise to the occasion. Martin, 1 month. Cheers. So yeah. So while I'm up here putting these in, don't forget at the end of stream we are going to do the giveaway for a spool of filament of Polymaker. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win that, link in the video description, enter for your chance. Do this now. While you're down there, if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gift memberships to others, because that way other people can hang out when we do cool members only stuff, which I'm going to try and do a members stream next week. I know I owe you one for last month, but the whole flu kind of screwed up all my plans. Yeah, putting on the base is very uplifting. I don't want to spin it because I'm gonna pick it up. No, I can't spin it. That's right. Or actually, no, I can do it this way. It hangs off the edge. There we go. Steaks. Ooh. I haven't had a steak in a while. Dougal gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. I mean, technically the Earth is flat at a certain scale. Like if we were to section out a chunk of the Earth this big, it'd be flat. Depends on what scale you're working with. We're getting into Obi-Wan, Anakin is Darth Vader levels of point of viewness. There we go. From a certain point of view. Okay. So let's put you on your back. Take these down. What time are we at anyways? 4:30. There we go. Oh, that's nice. I like that. This is clever. So you use the aluminum extrusion frame for the body, but you still have this nice like accent piece that has like keeps all the electronics secured and whatnot underneath. I like this. I like this idea. If somebody were to make like Vorons that were like meant for this kind of like, here's the thing, like the Voron, I know a lot of people do Voron kits. LDO does Voron kits, Fizak, Saval, there's tons of people do Voron kits, but I've yet to see somebody take a Voron and redesign it for mass manufacture appeal. I know like Saval has the SV08, but that's too changed. You could tweak a Voron to use like metal brackets, for example. Like there are like this one has CNC. You can simplify a Voron down quite easily if you get rid of a lot of the 3D printed parts. Something like this would be cool for the bottom compartment. What about the Troodon? I don't know about the Troodon. I don't know if the I'll be honest, I've never really looked at a Troodon. I've just never. Like, I remember the original version of it, but I've never really looked into it too much. And yeah, I guess you're right. The Troodon does exist. Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, so let me just double check that I actually have this the right way around. Yeah, okay. Ooh, scuff the paint inside the rear. I don't want to scuff the paint. I guess we're mounting the power supply, though. Okay, mount the 24-volt power supply with M46s. Okay, so let's get the 24-volt power supply. You know, 400, 405. How do you like it? I'll be honest, like, Troodons are just something I've never really looked into too much. Like, it says scuff the paint, but I have no idea where this is at. Where's the wire at? Like, this shouldn't be, like, further down, I think. I think this is too far up. I think that is right here. Because this would be where that looks like the plug. So I'm assuming that's that. I mean, let me scuff the paint. Okay. It's scuffed. Okay. Before mounting, make sure. Okay, so I did that. So now I need M4 6s. Burnt paint. I blew myself. Take care, John. Okay. M4 6s, M4 10, M4 12, M4 6. Okay, so let's see. So which way does this mount? It looks like... Okay, so the prongs are towards the back. To make the mods easier, but that's my only gripe. Yeah. That's kind of the downside with going with non-standard. Even like this one, even that Seabore Trident I have behind me here has the downside of, because it has a lot, it's all-wheel drive, it has a lot of custom components. I mean, like, we got the Jupiter in there, or we got the tube and the high flow tool. Whatever. The problem is, like, the moment you go non-standard, you run into the issue of down the line, if, like, so for example, say, you know, the next version of the Trident comes out, or like a Voron V2.5, if the printer you built is non-standard, you're kind of stuck with it, because you might not have compatibility. Okay, so that's that one. A 48-volt power supply. Off the subject, do you remember the gloop build you had? Change the print starts. You had to print. Where can I find the change made? I copy and pasted it out of a different Voron I had. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I just copy and pasted my start stop script from another printer. This uses M3s? Okay. M3s. Three fasteners. When is the next Voron coming out? Whenever it does. If you're new to the channel, I don't leak stuff. This channel is my personal channel. While I am a member of the Voron design team, when I'm operating, when I'm wearing this hat, I'm not Voron. So you won't see me leak deets about stuff early, for example. I just don't do that. Not how I roll. Stuff's always being worked on with the Voron team. It's just what state it's in, when it's being released. Like it just is what it is. I don't work for Marvel. Whatever happened to Marvel? Remember when we were all excited about new Marvel movies? Now it's like, oh, okay. Wasn't there a new Captain America? All right, so that's that. Mounting the motors. So we got 3 motors to mount. These are M36s. These are the smaller BQ marked motors. Okay, where were those at? Where were those smaller BQ? Oh, there they are. 1, a 2, a 3. 3. Okay. And it looks like, ensure that the cable connectors face inward. Inward, inward, inward. Okay. Considering to buy a new printer and say that would it be better off going? Put it this way, when it comes to Vorons, whenever a new Voron comes out, we design stuff to be compatible with previous models. We use the same parts. We very rarely, we have basically, for those that don't know, Voron has a toolbox. We have like an internal list of parts, components, bearings, screw sizes, whatnot. So whenever we do a change or whatever, we try to reuse those parts. So the kind of advantage you have if you build a stock Voron. So if you build a Voron and you don't go with like something like this where it's all custom, you go with like say an LDO kit. The reason you may want to do that is because if say a 2.5 comes out down the line or whatever, you have parts upgradability. Usually it's like, okay, you just reprint your parts kind of stuff and you rebuild it. So I can't say, you know, I can't tell you what will be released in the next year, but I could say like, if you go ahead and build a Voron now, if upgrades do happen, you'll be compatible with those upgrades. That's kind of the advantage you have with building. That's the advantage you have of going a near stock build or stock or near stock build versus going more custom build. So yeah. The Voron Micro Center. As far as I'm aware, at Micro Center, the Voron kits you see are just Chaotic Lab or Victory Tech. As for now, if Micro Center does Micro Center have like full Voron kits, like full like feature complete Voron kits? If they do, I don't know anything about them. We don't have Micro Centers in Canada, so I legit don't know what they have. It's not something I'm aware of. Okay, what the hell is going on? These screws don't want to stay on. I might have to do this. Wait, do I have the right size? I had the right one in here. I'm just an idiot. There we go. Ow. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, like, it's Big Tree Tech or Chaotic Lab stuff, which, well, Chaotic Lab is Big Tree Tech, basically. Yeah, we don't have Micro Centers in Canada, so I don't really look at what they have. It's just, we don't have them here. I've never been to a Micro Center. So, hey, Micro Center, if you want to sponsor something, let me know. I mean, there is one relatively close to my house. Like I can get to one in 45 minutes, but it's in Detroit. And two things. One, nobody wants to go to Detroit. And two, the current political and economic climate, especially with the tariffs, don't make me want to go. Like, I know right now, apparently, like, the border guys are very much enforcing the tariffs. Like, if you, like, I've crossed the border many times over the past couple years, and I have never been pulled into secondary, ever. I've really never even been questioned. It's like, oh, you're coming back? Did you buy anything over this value? No? Okay, have a nice day. Apparently now, no, they are. On both sides. So. And again, rule of thumb, never lie. Never lie to a border enforcement agent. Never. For those that don't know, when you're crossing a border into another country, you have no rights. They can just straight up say, yeah, you're not coming to our country. In fact, you're banned from our country for life. Goodbye. You have no rights when crossing a border. They can just up and ban you from a country or just send you home or whatever. Like, so don't lie. If they catch you lying, you're done. And if you're like somebody like me who has to cross the border for work, you're done. So never lie to the border guards. Now, I'm not saying, you know, tell them your life story when you roll up, but just, you know, don't lie. Don't lie. I've seen somebody's car get ripped apart over a bag of rice. They don't lie. Oh, somebody still want to go in. Let's see. Got to move. If they ask a question, answer it honestly. If they don't ask, don't tell. Exactly. Exactly. Where are you going? I'm going to the airport. Why are you going to the airport? I'm going on a flight to China. Why? I've been invited to go to a trade show, and I'm going to visit that, and then go down to Shenzhen and do some tours. Okay. Don't lie. Never lie. If you get caught in a lie, then you're done. Well, people lie when they're like, oh, I went shopping and I have like a couple $100 in stuff I bought. Like, for example, Micro Center. There's a Micro Center 45 minutes from me. I would love to go over there, buy a bunch of stuff, you know, cheaper than what I could buy in Canada, and then just go home. But when I get to the border, they're like, oh, what did you do? I'm like, oh, I'm not going to tell them I bought like $1,000 in computer parts. I don't want to pay the taxes on that again. Because you buy it in the States, you got to pay whatever sales tax. And then when you bring it back across the border, you got to pay like, you know, your Canadian tax on it. Oh, I don't want to do that. Well, oh, you get caught, you're done. So I get why people would want to lie, but it's not worth it. Because again, they could just, yeah, you're banned from our country. Or they could just hit you with a lot of fines and you get to spend hours sitting there while they like, you know, oh, we're gonna tear apart your car, go through everything. Oh, you're gonna have to wait here 2 hours because we're gonna go get a drug dog. We know, we're pretty sure you don't have anything, but we're still gonna go wait and get the drug dog and get him to go through your car. Like, it's not worth it. It is not worth it. Cheers, Ange. Make video your channel. Oh yeah, the plan is I'm gonna try and make, obviously I'm gonna make videos. I'm gonna try, I'm also gonna try and do vlogs. I'm gonna try and do some vlog videos. Apparently we're taking a bullet train between Shanghai and Shenzhen. I don't know how long that'll be. I've never been on a bullet train. I want to be on a bullet train. So I'm gonna try and do a travel vlog. We'll see how it goes. I'm actually bringing a lot of memory cards, so I'm gonna try and just record a bunch of shit. I'm just basically gonna record as much as I can, and whatever I can turn into videos, I will. Because I hate making videos. I'm a YouTuber who hates making videos. So whatever I can make a video on, I'll make a video on. I saw a movie about bullet trains. I've heard that was actually a pretty good movie. SSR. We'll put the SSR on and then we'll call it. Never mind, I don't know where the SSR is. I'm not gonna dig for it. Is it in here? If this is it, I'll put it in. If it's not, I'm not gonna look for it. Are you the SSR? Solid state relay, yes. M412 and a nylock? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Six to 7 hours from Shanghai to Shenzhen. Yeah, because the other option would be a flight. And I'll be honest, I don't know how China Airlines are. Like, I'm flying Delta there and back. Like, I'm assuming, like, let's be honest, you don't hear about plane. I'm assuming Chinese airlines are fine. I'm assuming. M412. I mean, people fly all the time over there. I'm sure it's fine. M410. M412. No, M412s. M412. Those are M510s. What? M420. M412. Oh, here we go. I'm going to try and live stream. I'm going to try and live stream over there, but I don't know the exact deets. These aren't M412s. These can't be M412s. These are M312s. These are M312s. These aren't M412s. Where's the M3 bag? M38. Yeah, no, I'm missing M412s. The bag that's labeled M412s is M312s. Oh. Oh, M410s, but there's two of them. Go with that, I guess. I 'Cause 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 ' Yeah, M4s is this printer uses a lot of M4s. Usually you don't use a lot of M4. Actually, let me. I have a thing of M4s actually. M4s. There we go. I'll just use these. I don't want to use these M410s just in case I actually do need them. But I do have like my own stock of M4s, so I'll just use those. Let's see here. You can tell my nose is starting to run again. It's like, ugh, go away. Quit being sick. I hate being sick. Although I will say, I guess it's very good that I'm sick right now instead of sick next week. So I'll take it. I will take it. I will take being sick now versus being sick. Like, I guess it's a good thing I got sick when I got sick, because otherwise I'd be sick during this trip and that would suck. Okay, where is it? Mount the SSR with the load side terminals facing the rear. Okay, so that's this way. Okay, we're gonna go here. That is way oversized, but whatever. See, this sucks. How am I supposed to tighten that now? And it's like, oh, tighten that, but I can't. How do you tighten a nylock when you can't get the thing over it to hold it in place? They do the stupid thing where you like wedge it. Wedge it, that's annoying. Like, how are you supposed to tighten the nylock if you can't get... There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm using pliers. It's also annoying because I'm doing it with my left hand and I'm not left-handed. We are going to be doing the giveaway after I get this installed. I'm calling it the build part of the stream done after I get this one SSR installed. So if you want to enter for your chance to win some cool Polymaker filament, we're going to do the draw at 5 p.m. So you got 8 minutes. So enter for your chance now because we're going to be doing the giveaway soon. Put the nut on top. I would if two things. One, the screws that I'm using are actually too long, so they would stick up out of the top. And two, it ruins the aesthetics. I don't want to ruin the aesthetics. I want the top to just be screw heads, not a random bottom of a screw sticking out the top. There we go. There we go. Okay, so there is underneath done. So yeah, it looks like the rest of it is just mounting stuff, but we're gonna call it here. So let me mark that. And there we go. Voilà. C'est magnifique. C'est bleu. Et un bleu printer. C'est un printer bleu. Okay, so we've got 6 minutes till we do the giveaway. If you haven't entered for your chance, in 6 minutes we're gonna do the giveaway. So we'll do that. So if you haven't entered, link in description, do it now. Is this all-wheel drive? It actually might be all-wheel drive. Actually, this might be all-wheel drive. I just realized I got motor mounts here. I know this is the plate you mount the carriages to. Yeah, no wiring today, luckily. 1 second. Dynamat. It probably will rattle. Actually, you're probably right. You probably will get some sort of harmonics out of this, but I'm sure we can overcome that. Not too complicatedly. I think this, I don't know if this is the Max model. Let me pull it up here again. Pro. Products, PROFORGE 300. No, this has motors on both sides too. The Max comes with all 3 print heads default. Yeah, I think the Max is, it just comes with all the print heads and the enclosure. I think that's the big difference, is it comes with all 3 print heads and the enclosure is the Max. Well, I have 4 motors. I have 4 motors left. So I'm assuming it's all-wheel drive. So yeah, it is all-wheel drive. So I guess it is 48-volt all-wheel drive. Got my little fidget tool. It's got 3 tool heads. Have I given up on Quad XY? No? Why would I? I mean, was I ever, or I mean, I have, this machine will be Quad XY. Or I mean, the name, I mean, I just use whatever freaking name people are using. I like the term Quad XY. It makes more sense than, what were we even, I don't even know, Quad XY. Quad XY makes sense. I mean, this machine's Quad XY, or 4 motor all-wheel drive. I don't know, whatever. It's 3D printing. We make up the terms we use to describe stuff on the fly half the time. Yeah, I just switch back and forth. Honestly, I use whatever the audience is using. I like the term Quad XY. I think it makes more sense than all-wheel drive. Because all-wheel drive, I think, makes more sense for a V2. Because you got 4 Zen motors. 4 wheels, 4 Zen motors. Makes sense, but I don't know. I love these fidget toys. Okay, we got 1 minute, then we're gonna do the giveaway. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Let's do this giveaway. Whew. And then I gotta make dinner because I am starving. Okay. Let's close that, close that, close that, close that. Okay. Close that, close that, close that. Link to sheets, create, publish. No more accepting responses. Save. There we go. Control copy. Names. File. Save. Load up marbles. Is it Friday? It's Friday. What am I doing for dinner? What am I doing for dinner? I need to figure out dinner. I am so hungry right now. Come on, marbles. Launch. Come on. It's not Friday, or it's not Tuesday. Why would I want some fajitas? Come on. What's going on here? What is going on here with marbles? Cancel. Play. Come on. What is going on here with marbles? It doesn't want to install. It for some reason marbles just does not want to launch. Come on. It's trying. It's trying. Oh, Peter. Yes, this will be enclosed. Oh. Erase. Names, clear, open. So we have 410 people. Let's do Marble Adventure. Why not? 510 Marble Adventure. So how this works, if you win, you get a spool of filament from Polymaker. You'll get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament. But if I pick your ball and you win, you also get a free hat. This ball right here. Steve Knobs. Steve, if you win, you also win a free hat. Good luck. Remember exclamation mark zoom zoom makes you go faster? Vincent, Vinicius, you missed the assignment. Exclamation mark zoom zoom makes you go faster. Exclamation mark gullible makes everyone else go slower. And don't forget, if you like the smash button, ring the bell, and are subscribed to the channel, it greases your ball up and makes it go even faster. How are you all falling off? Oh, gee. Rose! No, Rose! There's explosive barrels, apparently. See, the problem is it measures who's in the lead by whoever's closest as the crows fly. So I keep hitting 1 to jump to the first. There we go. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a black hole under there. Come on, Antonio. Come on. Come on. Oh no, Antonio! Ooh, Barnyard snuck through there. Oh, 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 oh. It's all about momentum. It's all about momentum. There's the finish line. There's the finish line. It's Barnyard's game to lose, but I don't think he has the momentum. I got a feeling. Oh! You lucked out, Barnyard. You lucked out. You were about to fail and somebody pushed you at the end. You lucked out, Barnyard. Congratulations, Barnyard. You have won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. Pull up here. So you will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. So again, congratulations, Barnyard. Close this all up here. Okay. So we're gonna call it there. We will continue with this build maybe next Friday. I don't know, because I'm pretty sure my flight is like Saturday morning, like really early. Or Sunday. Is it Sunday? I should probably check. Actually, it might be Sunday. I think my flight's Sunday. Or is it Saturday? I don't know. Either way. Yeah. So first build of this, we will continue with this build obviously in the future. Again, I want to give a huge shout out to MakerTech 3D for sending this kit for testing and evaluation. If you do want to get one of these yourself, I do have a link in the description. It is not an affiliate link. And if you want to learn more about it, also check that link as well. Again, they sent me this kit free of charge. I'm not being paid for this build series. It's not a sponsored build series, but they did provide me this kit for free for this build series, and I do get to keep it, so YouTube disclosure there. Also, huge shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we give away this stream and every stream. Links for all of them and more in the video description. Some of them are affiliate links. Don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. Others, like GamerSupps and Gloop, use code Canuck and save some money. And for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. That is it for today. I should see you tomorrow. And yeah, we're gonna call it there. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. And I will see you in the future.